Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Stay with us, Osman. The forward transfer message that echoes loudly amid Arsenal and Chelsea uncertainty. Victor Osimhen may have just completed one of the most iconic seasons in Galatasaray's modern history, but his future is anything but clear. As the 26-year-old Nigerian striker stands on the edge of another career-defining decision, the football world watches in limbo. From the Premier League's powerhouses to the cash-rich leagues of the Middle East, the chase for Osimhen's signature has become both a mystery and a marvel, and Galatasaray fans have made their plea in 4 unforgettable words: "Stay with us, Osimhen." It's a message delivered with love, desperation, and deep appreciation, words printed on banners, lit up on billboards across Istanbul, and shouted in stadiums and city squares alike. And for good reason. What Osimhen has given Galatasaray over the past 12 months is not just goals, but heart, hunger, and heroism. From Napoli's exit door to Galatasaray's golden boy. When Osimhen signed a contract extension at Napoli in early 2024, few predicted he would be wearing Galatasaray yellow and red just months later. His wish to leave Naples had been granted, but the market couldn't match Napoli's eye-watering demands. Chelsea came closest, trying to negotiate complex packages involving loans and staggered payments, while Arsenal hovered as quiet observers. In the end, both clubs failed to act decisively. Napoli, desperate to find a solution, approved an unexpected move, a season-long loan to Galatasaray with a European showcase still possible in the Turkish Super League and Europa League. What followed was nothing short of a redemption arc. Osimhen's glorious season, a Turkish love affair. Across all competitions, Victor Osimhen scored 37 goals and provided 5 assists. He led Galatasaray to a historic domestic double, winning both the Super League and Turkish Cup, stamping his authority as the league's most dominant forward since Didier Drogba briefly dazzled in the same colors. He played 29 times as a starter in the league, coming off the bench twice, and directly contributed to a goal in 22 of his 30 league appearances. His impact wasn't just numerical, it was emotional. Osimhen played like a man possessed. His celebrations were electric, fists clenched, face roared toward the heavens, mask ripped off in gladiator fashion. His connection to the fans was instant and deep. At the airport on his arrival last summer, he was met like a returning king. Supporters chanted his name before he had even kicked a ball, and he lived up to every single expectation. In the Europa League, Osimhen added another 6 goals in 7 matches, missing the first leg of the playoff against AZ Alkmaar due to injury. Galatasaray lost narrowly on aggregate, but the general consensus was simple: if Osimhen had been fit, they might have gone much further. Premier League limbo, Chelsea and Arsenal circle, but don't strike. Despite Osimhen's blockbuster year, his name continues to exist in the shadows of the transfer market, mentioned often but with little concrete progress. Chelsea remain in need of a top striker, having signed the young Liam Delap and the versatile João Pedro this summer, while uncertainty surrounds Nicholas Jackson's future. Marresca's system still requires a dominant number 9, and Osimhen fits the bill perfectly. Arsenal, too, have been linked. But like Chelsea, they're treading carefully in a market where the top-tier forwards, Victor Gyökeres, Benjamin Sesko, are all either too expensive, too raw, or simply unavailable. Osimhen, now with his Galatasaray campaign complete, is perhaps the best striker available, yet remains uncourted at the final hour. Why? Because Osimhen comes with baggage and brilliance. His salary demands are huge. Napoli still own his rights, and their valuation remains high. And even with his exploits in Turkey, questions persist about him not playing in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. It's the same doubt Victor Gyökeres faces after lighting up Portugal. Can these players translate dominance from a smaller league into Premier League winning performances? Marresca and Arteta, both methodical planners, aren't rushing to make that leap. Stay with us, Osimhen, Galatasaray's campaign of hope. Meanwhile, Galatasaray are doing all they can to retain their talisman. The club's fans have led a grassroots movement to persuade Osimhen to return. It began with a banner on the final day of the season, held aloft by supporters behind the goal: "Stay with us, Osimhen." 4 words that now encapsulate an entire city's plea. On billboards across Istanbul, the same message appeared, this time with a praying hands emoji. It was everywhere. In the city center, in shop windows, on bus stops. Children waved flags with Osimhen's face on them. One supporter even knitted an Osimhen doll, complete with the iconic mask and dyed blonde hair. Galatasaray manager Okan Buruk has left no doubt: if it were up to him, Osimhen would be the face of the club for the next 5 years. The financial reality, however, may bite hard. Even on loan, Osman stretched Galatasaray's wage budget to its limit. A permanent move would require a miracle, or a massive sale. Yet, the fans are hoping, praying, dreaming. They don't see him as a short-term superstar. His family now. Saudi interest looms, but Osman wants legacy. Osman, for his part, has remained silent about his next move. But sources close to the player indicate he is unmoved by money alone. Saudi Arabia is an option. Al Hilal reportedly have a massive offer ready, but Osman wants legacy, trophies, and elite competition. The Premier League is still the dream, even if it's complicated. Chelsea's hesitation, Arsenal's uncertainty, they've left the door open. The question is, will they walk through it? What's next? The waiting game. Victor Osimhen has nothing left to prove in Turkey, but the love he has found in Istanbul is genuine. Galatasaray would move heaven and earth to keep him. The Premier League giants continue to circle, unsure if they're ready to commit. Saudi Arabia remains on standby. The banner still flies, stay with us, Osimhen. But football doesn't run on emotion alone. Osimhen knows this summer might be his final big move. Whether it's Chelsea, Arsenal, Riyadh, or somehow Galatasaray again, one thing is certain. Victor Osimhen won't just sign for a club. He will give them everything. Chelsea's £60 million transfer plan takes shape as Marresca clears out big names in ruthless squad overhaul. Chelsea's summer rebuild is in full swing under new boss Enzo Marresca, and while much attention has been placed on the exciting new arrivals like João Pedro, Jamie Bino Gittins, and Estevao Willian, just as crucial to the project is the long list of outgoings, including some high-profile players who no longer fit the club's direction. The clearest sign yet of the shift at Stamford Bridge is Chelsea's determination to move on from two of their most high-potential but underwhelming assets, Carni Chukwuemeka and João Felix. Between them, these two once promising stars account for nearly £60 million in past transfer fees and represent a broader strategy Chelsea are finally abandoning, the gamble on flair without structure. Now, under Maresca's more structured, system-driven philosophy, players like Chukwuemeka and Felix are struggling to find relevance. The new Chelsea blueprint demands tactical discipline, consistent intensity, and long-term physical reliability, qualities both players have failed to show across recent seasons. Carni Chukwuemeka, the talent that never took off. When Chelsea snatched Carni Chukwuemeka from Aston Villa for £15 million in 2023, he was viewed as one of England's most technically gifted midfielders. Tall, strong, elegant on the ball, and capable of carrying the ball through midfield with grace, the 21-year-old had all the traits to become a star. But Chelsea's revolving door of managers, injuries, and tactical chaos never gave him a proper platform to grow. Enzo Maresca's arrival was thought to be a chance for a fresh start, but it quickly became apparent the Italian tactician had no space in his system for a midfielder still searching for identity and rhythm. Despite some pre-season involvement, Chukwuemeka played a limited role in the first half of last season before being shipped out to Borussia Dortmund in January. The goal was clear: get minutes, build fitness, and maybe earn a route back into Chelsea's plans. It didn't quite go that way. At Dortmund, Chukwuemeka battled more injury concerns and managed just one Bundesliga start. He did impress in small bursts, including a bright cameo at the Club World Cup in the United States, but consistency remained elusive. Still, Dortmund appeared to have seen enough to want to keep him. Their sporting director, Sebastian Kehl, confirmed that talks are ongoing with Chelsea over a second loan or even a permanent transfer. Carni's loan ends today. That's what we agreed with Chelsea. We will definitely have more discussions. It won't be easy, but we will try to keep him. He's a very good player, said Kehl. While Chelsea have been open to selling Chukwuemeka over the past 18 months, nobody has triggered his rumored £40 million release clause. His value has taken a hit, but a permanent exit this summer, even at a reduced price, seems likely. Chelsea already handed his number 17 shirt to Andre Santos, a clear symbolic passing of the torch, and a message from Maresca that is looking ahead, not back. João Felix, from blockbuster to forgotten man. If Chukwuemeka's Chelsea journey has been frustrating, João Felix's has been downright disastrous. His £45 million permanent move from Atletico Madrid in 2024, following a semi-promising loan spell, was meant to inject creativity and star power into Chelsea's attack. Instead, the Portuguese forward has been completely frozen out. He was excluded from Chelsea's Club World Cup squad, overlooked even as other loanees like Santos were included. Sources close to the club say Maresca never saw Felix as part of his tactical plans. The decision to bring him back last summer is now widely seen as one of the biggest missteps of Chelsea's post-Abramovich recruitment. Worse still, it formed part of the convoluted swap deal that sent Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid, a move many fans now bitterly regret. Felix, once a €126 million teenager at Atletico and a dazzling breakout star at Benfica, is now in limbo again. Benfica themselves may offer a way out. The 24-year-old has openly spoken about his desire to reunite with Bruno Lage, the coach who helped him explode onto the scene back in 2018-19. Seeing Bruno Lage earns points in my decision and I see with good eyes returning to Benfica, Felix admitted this week. Benfica have emerged as a possible destination for a loan or low-cost buy, but his wages remain a massive hurdle. Chelsea are desperate to offload him, but his current salary and the lack of top-level interest mean a Saudi move could still become the most viable option, even if Felix prefers a return to Europe. Like with Chukwuemeka, Felix has already been symbolically erased from Marresca's squad. His number 11 shirt has gone to Dario Esugo, one of the club's newest young signings from Sporting CP. More to go, the Marresca clear-out continues. Felix and Chukwuemeka are just the start. Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, and Armando Broja are all expected to leave. Sterling, one of the club's highest earners, no longer fits the profile of a high-intensity, transition-based winger. Chilwell is another victim of tactical shift, no longer seen as reliable due to recurring injuries. Christopher Nkunku, one of last season's marquee signings, is also reportedly available. Injuries have derailed his impact, and Marresca isn't convinced by his role as a false nine or attacking midfielder. Goalkeeper George Petrovic could be sacrificed as Chelsea looks to finalize their number one for next season. Leslie Ugaku may leave on loan or permanently too. What's clear is that Chelsea are no longer protecting reputations. Names, price tags, or past hype won't earn a second chance under Marresca. He and sporting directors Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley are building a new team, one that runs, presses, adapts, and most importantly, fits the system. Conclusion, a ruthless summer of change. Marresca's Chelsea is being sculpted with precision. For every exciting new arrival like João Pedro or Jamie Bino Gittins, there's a major outgoing reshaping the wage bill and squad hierarchy. The exits of Chukwuemeka and Felix, both talented but inconsistent, represent a brutal yet necessary break from the past. As Chelsea continues to streamline and define its identity under Marresca, fans can expect more high-profile departures in the coming weeks. The message is clear, this is a new Chelsea, and only those who truly fit the blueprint will survive.